everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the Rainbow Bobble Heart Square by Lisa from CuteCrochetMakes for her Unicorn Dreams blanket crochet along. If this is your first visit to my channel, it would be amazing if you just took a moment to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future crochet videos. As always, there is a free written pattern over on Lisa's website CuteCrochetMakes. It's in downloadable PDF form. I will link to that in the description box below, so don't forget to take a moment to pop on over there, grab your copy of the written pattern so we can crochet along together. Whilst you're down there in the description box, you'll also notice there are links to everything I mentioned in this video and all the various stitches, as well as timestamps. Now the timestamps are great for if you only need help with a certain section of the row, you can jump to that immediate part of the pattern and cut out any information that you don't necessarily need or require. All the information for the yarn, the colours, the hook sizes and all that jazz is also over on Lisa's website CuteCrochetMakes. So let's begin. So with my 4mm crochet hook and the colour Candy Floss, I'm going to chain 24, but I'm going to chain it quite loosely. So chain 24. So I have my 24 chains, and for your very first row, you're going to ignore this first chain, so the loop on your hook doesn't count as anything. Ignore this first chain and you're going to work into the second chain. And we're just going to place a single crochet into every chain all the way along. At the end of this row, you will have 23 stitches. And for every other row that we're going to do for this square, the number will be the same. 23 is a magic number. So working into that second chain from the hook, I'm just going to place a single crochet and then single crochet in every stitch all the way along. So I have my 23 single crochet. We're now done with the Candy Floss. So you're going to chain one, grab your scissors, cut your yarn, and we're going to switch to wisteria. So you can pull that loop up, pull it tight. And to change colour, you're going to turn your work and put your hook underneath that very first stitch. Grab your new colour, make a slip knot, pop it on your hook, draw that loop through, ready to begin your next row. For row 2, we're going to chain one, which does not count as a stitch for any part of this square. And you're going to place a single crochet into that very first stitch where you just chained from, and then place a single crochet in the next 10 stitches. So you have 11 single crochet in total. Now we're going to do the bobble stitch into the very next single crochet. So the bobble stitch for this square is 4 double crochet together. So I'm going to show you how we do our very first bobble. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over at the back, come through, you've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and then stop. So you've got 1 half finished double crochet hanging from your hook. Now we're going to repeat that again. So yarn over, go back into the same stitch, catch the yarn at the back, come back through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then stop. Again, yarn over, go into that stitch, catch the yarn at the back, come back through, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. Then one more time, yarn over, go into that same stitch, catch the yarn at the back, come back through, yarn over, pull through 2, and you will have 5 loops on your hook with 4 half finished double crochets hanging from underneath. So to complete the bobble stitch, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. Then you're going to place a single crochet in the remaining 11 stitches. So you want to sort of use your thumb to push that bobble forward and secure it down with a single crochet. So your bobble is sticking out the back of your work, and single crochet to the end of the row. Don't forget this last single crochet right at the very end. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn. For row 3, you're going to place a single crochet in every one of these 23 stitches right across the row. Now I'll show you, I'll speed up these initial stitches, but I will show you exactly where to place your single crochet for your bobble stitch. So at the end of row 3, you'll have 23 stitches. So when you get near your bobble stitch, you'll have a single crochet sort of tucked in and behind. The best way to spot them is to tilt your work slightly so you can see the top of the V's of those stitches. So don't forget this little one here. The top of the bobble stitch itself, and the one next to it. Then continue crocheting to the end of the row. We're going to be changing colour again, so just like before and how you will for every colour change in this square, chain 1, snip your yarn, pull that loop up, pull it tight, turn your work, put your hook underneath that first stitch, bring in your new colour, pop a slip knot onto your hook, bring it through and chain 1, ready to begin the next row. So row 4, we're going to start with 9 single crochets. So pop your hook straight into that same stitch where you just joined your yarn. For 1, we need 8 more. So you have 9 single crochet to start. Then we're going to do a bobble stitch in the next, followed by 3 single crochet, bobble stitch in the next. So bobble stitch, 3 single crochet, bobble stitch. Then finish with a single crochet in the remaining 9 stitches. For row 5, you're going to chain 1, turn, place a single crochet in all 23 stitches. Then we're fastening off that colour, so chain 1, snip your yarn and bring in the next colour. Row 6, we're going to start with 7 single crochet stitches. Then you're going to place a bobble stitch in the next, then 7 single crochet, then another bobble stitch. So bobble stitch, 7 single crochet, bobble stitch. Then to end the row, place a single crochet in the final 7 stitches. Row 7, chain 1, turn, single crochet in all 23 stitches, and then at the end, chain 1, fasten off your yarn, pull that loop through, turn your work and bring in your next colour. For row 8, we're going to start with 5 single crochet. Then you're going to place a bobble in the next stitch, single crochet for 11 stitches, then bobble stitch again. So bobble stitch, 11 single crochet, bobble stitch. To end the row, place a single crochet in the last 5 stitches. For row 9, chain 1, turn, and you're going to place a single crochet into every one of your 23 stitches all the way to the end, chain 1, snip your yarn, pull that strand through, turn your work and bring in your new colour. For row 10, chain 1, and we're going to start with 3 single crochet. Then bobble stitch in the next, 15 single crochet stitches, then bobble stitch again. So bobble stitch, 15 single crochet, bobble stitch. You're going to end the row with 3 single crochet. Chain 1 and turn. For row 11, single crochet in every single one of your 23 stitches across, fasten off, turn your work and bring in your next colour. For row 12, chain 1 and place a single crochet in that very first stitch. Now you're going to place a bobble stitch in the next, single crochet for 19 stitches, then bobble stitch. So bobble stitch, 19 single crochet, bobble stitch. Then to end the row, you're going to end on a single crochet right into that very last stitch. Row 13, chain 1, turn your work and pop a single crochet into all 23 stitches all the way along, fasten off, turn your work and bring in your next colour. Now just be wary you're not missing this very first single crochet of the row. And the same as at the beginning, make sure you're not missing that very final single crochet. Row 14 is a repeat of exactly what we have just done. So chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, 1 single crochet, bobble stitch, single crochet for 19 stitches, bobble stitch, and end with 1 single crochet. Bobble, 19, bobble, single crochet. Row 15, chain 1, turn, single crochet in all 23 stitches across, remembering not to miss the very beginning, the very end single crochets either side of your bobbles. Fasten off, turn your work, bring in your next colour. Row 16 is exactly the same again. So chain 1, single crochet. Then bobble stitch, 19 single crochet, bobble stitch, single crochet. Row 17, chain 1, turn, single crochet in all 23 stitches, remembering not to forget. Don't forget the very first and very last single crochets either side of your bobbles. Then fasten off your work, turn and bring in your new colour. For row 18, you're going to chain 1 and place a single crochet in that very first stitch. Now this row has 3 bobbles on it. So you're going to place a bobble stitch in the very next stitch, 9 single crochet, bobble stitch, 9 single crochet, bobble stitch. So bobble, 9 single crochet, bobble, 9 single crochet, bobble. To finish the row, you're going to end with 1 single crochet into that very last stitch. So you'll have 3 bobble stitches on this row. For row 19, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and just as before, single crochet in every stitch all the way along, not forgetting the first and last single crochets of the row. Then fasten off, turn your work and bring in your next colour. I'm also going to take a moment to sew in all these ends because it is getting a bit chaotic over here. For row 20, we're going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and you're going to start with 3 single crochet stitches. Now we have 4 bobbles for this row. So bobble stitch, 5 single crochet, bobble stitch. Three single crochet, then bobble stitch, 5 single crochet, bobble stitch. We're going to end the row with 3 single crochet in those last 3 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. Now, just as we have been doing, you're going to single crochet into every one of those 23 stitches, fasten off your colour, turn your work and bring in the next shade. For row 21, chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and we're going to start with 5 single crochets. Now you're going to do bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch. Seven single crochet, bobble stitch, 1 single crochet, bobble stitch. Then we're going to end with 5 single crochet. Row 23, chain 1, turn, single crochet in every stitch, all 23, all the way along, and then fasten off and weave in any ends you may have left over before we begin the border. So for the border, with the bobble side facing you, so you've got all your little bobbles pushed through, you want to pop your hook underneath this very first single crochet of the row and join in candy floss, just as we have been doing for all the other colour changes. Bring that loop to the front. Now in this very first stitch, you're going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and you're going to place a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, all into that exact same stitch, forming a corner. Now you're going to place a single crochet into every stitch all the way along, and then on this very last stitch, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, all into that same stitch. So in this very last stitch of the row, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet to form the corner. Then you are going to single crochet evenly down the side. So put 1 single crochet in each of these. As you can see, you've got like a little hole there, 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 all the way down. And in the very last corner down here and in this corner over here, 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet to turn the corner. So single crochet all the way around with single crochet, chain 2, single crochet all the way up the side, and I will meet you back here to finish off with this initial colour. To finish the round, slip stitch to that very first single crochet that you did, fasten off this colour, and then we can begin the second round of the border. So for the next round of the border, you want to join your next colour into any of the chain 2 spaces that you created on the round beforehand for the corners. And just as before, chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, in your chain 2 corner spaces, you are going to place single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So that's your corner formed. You're going to single crochet into every single one of your single crochets from the round below. There should be 23 on each side. And in the corner spaces in this chain 2 space here, 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet in the corners. So you carry on round and I'll meet you back here to finish off this second round of the border. To finish the row, you're going to slip stitch to your very first single crochet that you did, just here. Then for the final round of your border, you're going to chain 1 and put a single crochet in that exact same stitch that you just joined to, and then into your chain 2 corner spaces, just as before, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet all into that chain 2 space. So single crochet in every stitch all the way around, and in your chain 2 corner spaces, 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, all into the same place. To finish the round, you're going to join with a slip stitch to that very first single crochet that you did. Trim your yarn. Oh, third time lucky. Pull it up and you are done. So I've just raised my camera slightly so you can see the full bobble heart in its completed glory. I do still obviously have to weave in my ends, but if your bobble heart is not lying as squarely as you would like, you are always welcome to block it. Now by blocking, that is simply getting it damp and pinning it out and letting it dry to shape. So at some point, I know I keep talking about I'm going to do a video on blocking and I still haven't done it, but at some point I am going to do a video on very simple basic blocking techniques, but I'm not going to block this one. It seems to be plenty square enough for me, and when we do the joining, obviously all the squares are going to pull each other into shape. So that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed making your rainbow bobble heart squares. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, it would be ace if you just took a moment to do that now so you don't miss out on any of my future crochet videos, or perhaps give this video a thumbs up or share it with somebody else who you think may also enjoy making this really pretty textured square. And I really hope that the end result outweighs all those ends that you had to sew in. I will see you again on my channel very soon. Happy crocheting! Bye!